All right, everybody, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Rodney Harris. We have some breaking new information for you. We have been talking about the potential for Helene. Now we officially have Tropical Storm Helene, which has formed in the Western Caribbean. That's what you see on the right-hand side of your screen there. So this is a big deal. This is what will ultimately impact your weather here in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia at the end of the week. So I want to get you a full screen of this so you can get a better idea of what we're looking at here. Tropical Storm Helene has winds of 45 miles per hour. So it is a minimal tropical storm, but as you know, Helene will strengthen over the next several days, and it will eventually become a hurricane. So it's currently moving northwest at about 12 miles per hour. So it's moving pretty quickly, and you can see that little dip between Mexico and the Caribbean where it's going to kind of slide into the Gulf of Mexico, the eastern Gulf of Mexico, over the next 24 hours. Right now, 45 mile per hour winds, so Tropical Storm Helene out there in the western Gulf. We do have a brand new track on Helene, so here we go. It will be a major hurricane in the eastern Gulf of Mexico by Thursday. That's a Category 3 hurricane with at least 111 mile per hour winds, and it will remain a major Category 3 hurricane before landfall along the Florida Peninsula. So a lot of this hasn't changed since the previous update. Still looking at a landfall in the Florida Peninsula, still looking at a major Category 3 hurricane. Here's what's changed. After it makes landfall in Florida, and that will happen Thursday night, it will be a tropical storm in North Georgia. You can see that tropical storm icon really just east of Atlanta. That's unbelievable. At the moment, we are forecasting an active tropical storm in North Georgia. Normally what happens is these storms weaken by the time they get to North Georgia, but we will still have a tropical storm in place Friday morning. And First Alert Meteorologist Ella Dorsey and I have been talking about this all morning long, but your Friday morning commute is turning into a situation where you may just want to stay home. And that information is now becoming verified now that we know that we'll have a tropical storm over North Georgia on Friday morning. By Saturday, Helene will move toward the north and lift away from North Georgia. So here's a look at what you need to know spaghetti model-wise. And I bring up the spaghetti models because that gives us more confidence here. So the spaghetti models are all of our models all on the same map. That's why you see those lines. When those lines are all over the place, the confidence is a little bit lower in the track, but when they're tight, that means that our confidence is higher. And notice how all of those lines still go through North Georgia. So we're pretty confident that this will track through North Georgia, and you will see high impacts from this in Metro Atlanta. So what I want to do next is take you day by day in terms of what you can expect in Metro Atlanta. We have a first alert weather day starting Wednesday, starting tomorrow, and that will continue through Friday. So for Wednesday, we are looking at rain and maybe some isolated storms in the afternoon and evening. I will point out that Wednesday is a cool front. Wednesday's rain is not associated with Helene, but you will still be impacted nonetheless. So keep that in mind. Your drive to work on Wednesday morning will be fine, but you will have to encounter showers and storms as you're driving home from work on Wednesday evening. So that's the first alert weather day for Wednesday. By Thursday, this is associated with Helene. By the time you get out the door Thursday morning, we will already have heavy rain out there. In addition to that, we will have strong winds. By strong winds, we mean at least wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. A tropical storm wind gust is 39. I do want to point out, we're not going to see a sustained tropical storm wind gust in Metro Atlanta, but at times, those winds will gust up to 39 miles per hour, and that is a concern for us. The higher chance of those tropical storm force winds will be east of Metro Atlanta, but we are expecting some of that as well. So when you take the combination of heavy rain and strong winds, that is what brings trees down and also the potential for some power lines. That's Thursday, especially Thursday night, and that will continue into Friday. We also have on there isolated tornadoes. That's the lowest overall threat. So if we have to rank our threats, the number one threat is heavy rain, which everybody will see. The number two threat will be the strong winds, which everybody will also see. And then the third threat is for isolated tornadoes, and we believe that that will be east of Metro Atlanta, but still something that we will have to watch. So Thursday night, it's really cranking up, and that's going to continue through Friday morning. So here's the first alert weather day for Friday. As you start Friday, heavy rain will already be out there for your morning commute if you're going to work in the first place. The strong winds will also continue on Friday morning. So with that heavy rain and strong winds, we'll still look for the potential of trees coming down and even power lines Friday morning early. And isolated tornadoes will remain possible Friday morning as well, mainly east and northeast of Metro Atlanta. Now, here's what's important about Friday. the activity will start to move north of us throughout the day Friday. So Friday morning is the highest impact, but by Friday afternoon, that rain will start to move out. And by Friday night, it actually looks dry. So if you have any plans for Friday night, it looks like you can actually keep your plans Friday night. The overall impact for us in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia will be Wednesday afternoon, basically through Friday morning. So here is a look at our latest high-resolution forecast model, and we'll take it day by day with this. Today, we actually have the potential of a shower or storm this afternoon. The coverage is only at about 20%. So today, it's really more about the heat again in North Georgia with highs back in the 90s. Going into Wednesday, you'll see this cold front moving in from the northwest. So Wednesday afternoon and evening, showers and storms out there. You can see that basically covers everybody from Atlanta northwestward. And again, that's because of a cool front, but that will impact you as you are driving home from work on Wednesday. And then going into Thursday, we'll switch from the cool front to Helene. And this rain Thursday morning at 7 o'clock, that is because of Helene. That's going to continue all day on Thursday. You can see with that forecast model, basically the entire North Georgia area is covered by rain Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. Here we go for Friday morning, still seeing periods of heavy rain. Notice by 1 o'clock Friday afternoon, now the rain is becoming more scattered, not as much out there. And then by Friday at 7, 8 o'clock, we may be completely dry. So that's the latest with your high-resolution forecast model. Now we'll go to the potential rain that we're looking at. This is basically right now through Friday. And what you see in orange, that is at least 5 inches of rain. And this doesn't happen that often, but the entire map has orange on it. So that's all of North Georgia where you may see 5 total inches of rain for this entire event. That's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Over Metro Atlanta, we're seeing 6 inches of rain. That's in red. And those purples indicate isolated amounts of maybe 9 inches of rain. So that's something we're going to have to tweak for you as we get closer and closer to Thursday specifically. But it does look like 4 to 6 inches of rain is what we're forecasting, which is a ton of rain in 2 days. And that's why our risk for flooding is so high, because we just can't handle that rain in such a short period of time. We need the rain. We are in a drought, but we don't want all that rain in such a short period of time. So I'll break it all down for you with the 7-day forecast. Today it's just hot, 93 degrees. You may see a random shower or storm, but it's really just about the heat for one more day. Wednesday, the high will drop to 84 degrees. Remember, we do have showers and storms out there Wednesday afternoon and especially Wednesday evening because of this cool front. And on the 7-day forecast, we've highlighted Thursday and Friday in red because those are first alert weather days, but those are more significant days. We are forecasting a significant event here in North Georgia. So you will get wet on Thursday. You will get wet on Friday, and some of these elements will be dangerous, including the potential for flooding and strong winds. Again, bring those trees and power lines down. By Friday afternoon, everything starts to slowly move out, and Friday night you should be good. I will point out that over the upcoming weekend, we're not going to completely remove the rain chances, but what's left of Helene is going to kind of sit in the Midwestern portions of the country, and that may still impact us on Saturday and Sunday. So that's why we still have a low-end chance of rain over the weekend. But you can keep your plans this weekend. Just know that it won't be completely dry. So what we'll do here, I'm going to take you all the way back to the current information on Helene. If you're just joining us, we do have Tropical Storm Helene, which just developed as of 11 o'clock this morning. Helene is currently located in the western the western Caribbean with winds of 45 miles per hour, and it's moving at 12 miles per hour toward the northwest. So Helene's just going to hang out in the Caribbean for the rest of the day today, but by tomorrow it will start to reemerge in the Gulf of Mexico, the eastern Gulf of Mexico to be more specific. And I want to go over this track one more time for you because the track is also brand new and updated. We are still forecasting a major hurricane, Category 3, at least 111 mile per hour winds as this hurricane is in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and it will remain a major hurricane for landfall along the Florida Peninsula. That hasn't changed. What has changed with the track is the fact that it will stay strong enough to where it's still a tropical storm as it tracks through North Georgia. So First Alert meteorologist Ella Dorsey is working on your forecast right now that she'll provide for you on Atlanta News First at noon. We also have a lot of updates that we're sending out to our First Alert weather app, so make sure and get that app downloaded. Not only are we giving you video updates, but you can actually track Helene yourself in the First Alert weather app, and we'll put up a demonstration and let you know how to get to that. So make sure and have that app downloaded. Even though it's not raining now, you want to make sure you have that downloaded before the storms move in so you can get all the alerts that we will certainly see over the next several days, and we will continue to keep you up to date on Helene right here on our social channels on Atlanta News First and into the app. Again, today is mostly dry, just hot. We'll keep you up to date on Helene. Until next time, See you soon.